Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with the structure of atom only. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the quantum numbers. Hope you people have understood that what are the quantum numbers. Now, moving ahead in the quantum numbers only, we have a first principle, that is your Pauli's exclusion principle. Now, what does this principle says? This principle says that no two electrons in an atom can have same values for all the four quantum numbers. That is, no two electrons in an atom can have same value of all four quantum numbers. Now let's look an example. If say suppose your n is equal to the 1, then we know when n value is 1, your L is going to be 0, M is going to be 0, and S is going to have the either the plus half or minus half. Now, or you can write it like this also, n equal to 1, l equal to 0, m equal to 0. Now upside I have wrote the plus half, so s can have the minus half. This is what our Pauli's exclusion principle says. Now let's look in more detail it. Now for the s subshell, if we look for the s subshell, in the case of the s subshell, it contains the one orbital only. Now that one orbital can consist of the two electrons only. Okay, it can have the maximum of the two electrons only. Coming to the p subshell, in the p subshell it have the three orbital. This I explained you in my previous lecture of the quantum numbers, that how I am writing the 1 and 3 over here. Okay. Now when it is going to have the 3 electrons, then we say it can have the maximum 6 electrons. D subshell, it can have the 5 orbital. 5 orbital means it can have the 5 to the 10 electron. F subshell, 7 orbital, and we say that it can have the 14 electrons. Now by all this, if you are not able to remember it, there are the small formulas like number of subshell in the nth shell. Nth shell means your principal shell. It is going to be equal to n number of orbitals in a subshell. Then it is going to be the 2l plus 1. If you need to calculate the number of orbitals, then we use just this formula 2l plus 1. And if you need to calculate the number of electrons present in a subshell, then its formula is equal to 2l plus 1, or you can say 4l plus 2. Either of the formula, whichever you find easy, you can use over here. Okay. Now on the basis of this formula, let's look that what is the n shell, how many subshells that n shell is going to have, how many orbitals it is going to have. Then we need to look that how many electrons it is going to have. Let's have a look over the formula. Yes. Now, in this, if you look over here, then wait a minute. Yes. Now, if you look this K shell over here, K is what? Over here, N value is 1. When the value of N is 1, I am having L equal to 0. L value equal to 0. Now it is going to have the 1 subshell, and then m equal to 0, that is 1 orbital, and again we are going to have the 2 electrons. Now coming to the your next one, going for the n plus 2, that is your L shell. Now when the value of n is 2, then the value of L can be the 0 and the value of L can be 1. When the value is 0, it is going to be the S subshell, as it is the second shell. So we are going to write the 2S. When the value of L is equal to 1, so it is going to have the P subshell, but it is the second orbit, so we write down the 2P over here. Now when the L is equal to 0, M is equal to 0, and it is going to have the 1 orbital, again the number of the electrons 2. But when the value of L is equal to 1, it is going to have the value can vary from -1, 0 and +1. It means how many orbitals? 3 orbitals. This I have discussed in the previous lecture. So 3 orbitals means per orbital it can have the 2 electrons. Now 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6. So the number of the electron is 6. And if you combine the orbitals of the L shell, it's going to have the 4 orbitals, and number of electron is going to have the 8 electrons. Again, coming to your next one, that is your M shell. N value is equal to 3. So it is going to have the L value can be 0, 1 and 2. So 3S, 3P, 3D. Now 0 and 1 I have already discussed. Coming to the L equal to 2, M can have the value of -2 to +2. That is -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. So 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8 and plus 2, 10. Or you can say that it is having the 5 orbital. In each orbital we can have the 2 electrons. So 2 5s are 10. Now looking the total electrons, 2, 6, 10, that is your 18 electrons. Then your n equal to 4, that is your n shell. SPD we have discussed, 4F. Now 4F means what? It is going to have what value from the -4. So it is going to have the 7 orbitals. Okay. So its total number of electron comes out to be the 32 electrons. If you remember, we used to write the electronic configuration like this: 2, 8, 18, and 32। याद आया आप लोगों को? हम जूनियर क्लासेस में बोलते थे कि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज 2, 8, 18, 32। So this is the pattern of the 2, 8, 18 and 32। Got it, you people? Now let's look again. It means what? Now, in a simple language, I can conclude this, that maximum number of orbital in each shell is equal to n square, and maximum number of electrons can be 2n square। हम इसको ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं। Say suppose I say KLMN, okay? Now taking the shell number, that is the value of n I am taking, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now for this I take the maximum number of orbital n square. 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4, your 3 threes are 9 and 4 fours are 16. Coming to your 2n square rule, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8, 2 nines are 18, 2 sixteens are 32. Hope this much is clear to you people. Okay. Now the next topic comes your shape of orbitals. That is how we are going to discuss the shape of the orbitals. Now when we are taking the shape of the orbitals, the very first shape we are going to discuss with the shape of s orbital. Now the few points which we need to keep in our mind for the s orbital is what? The very first thing is what? S orbital is non-directional. It is going to be the non-directional in the shape, and it is spherically symmetrical. Now we say over here the density of charge cloud, density of charge cloud is maximum at the nucleus and decreases with increase in distance from the nucleus. Again I am repeating this point. It is non-directional. It is spherically symmetrical. The density of charge cloud is maximum at the nucleus and decreases with increasing distance from the nucleus. Now let's look a picture over here. this. Now just look over here. The very first one I have shown for the 1s atomic orbital. It is spherical in the shape. It is not having any specific direction. And this center is we are going to consider with a nucleus. Okay. So over here we say the you can say the density of charge cloud is going to be maximum at the nucleus, and it is going to decrease as the electron is going to move uh, outward and outward. Now this is about the 1s atomic orbital. If you look over here for the 2s atomic orbital, I have shown the two pictures over here, and we have written node not shown and node shown over here. Now let's look for the 2s orbital. Then what is in this case? 2s orbital is also going to be non-directional and spherically symmetrical. Density is maximum at the nucleus, and it is going to be becomes small at a larger distance. Now in the case of the this 2s orbital, the node which we have shown over here, this node means that this particular area, the node which we have shown, this one, this is the particular area we say where the probability of finding the electron is maximum. Okay, again I am saying that this particular area, this one, this circle, this greenish color, this is the area where the probability of finding an electron is maximum, and this surface is called as the node, or in some books it is written the nodal surface also. Now we say that if we are going to compare the 2s orbital and the 1s orbital, then 2s orbital is a larger in size compared to the 1s orbital. Clear it is? Now coming to this. Now next comes your shape of p orbital. Now when we talk about the shape of p orbital means that value of L is going to be 1. When the value of L is going to be the 1, M is going to be the -1, 0 and +1. So when it means P is going to have the 3 suborbitals. So we say Px, Py and Pz. Now whatever these 3 orbitals, their energies are going to be same. Reason being that because all these 3 are the part of the your p orbital only, therefore energies are going to be same in this case, but they differ in their orientation. Their orientations are going to be the different. Another thing, like in the case of the s orbital, we said that it is spherically symmetrical. This p orbital, they are the dumbbell shape. Their shape is going to be the dumbbell shape. Let's look p orbitals. Now if you look over here, the very first diagram First of all, looking all the three diagrams, we are having the different axes, but we are having the same shape. Now in the first one, it is being drawn along the x axis, the second one is along the y axis, and the third one is along the z axis. Now these are the simple, the very first figures of the three are drawn along the 2px, 2py, 2pz, and the another three figures, they are also the same figures, but over there we have shown the nodal planes. There is no difference. Again I am repeating, the nodal plane means that these areas are going to be the areas where the probability of finding an electron is practically zero. We cannot find the electrons in these areas. Now, next one comes the shape of d orbital. Now when we talk about the shape of d orbitals, d orbitals means the value of L is going to be 2. Okay. The value of L is going to be 2. Now when the value of L is going to be 2, it means your M is going to be minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. It means it is going to have the 5 orbitals over here. Now these five orbitals are also being given with some names, designations. That is your what? 3D XY, 3D YZ, 3D ZX, 3D x square minus y square, and the fifth one 3D Z square. Now these names are being given on the basis of their orientations. Now looking to these 5 orbitals, all these 5 orbitals again they are going to have the same energies but the different orientations. Now if we look only these three, that is your 3dxy, 3dyz and 3zx. These each consist of the 4 lobes of high electron density, and that all 4 lobes of high electron density, they are going to lie in xy, yz and zx planes. Now what is there? This is about your xy, dxy, dyz, dzx. When we talk about the 3d x square minus y square, this particular, it is going to have again 4 lobes of high electron density along the principal axis of x and y. Your dz square, it is going to have the 2 lobes, only the z is over here, so it is along z-axis. Now, and yes, in the case of the z-axis, let's look the figure. With the figure I just explain you. Now look, I told you for your dxy, dyz and 3dzx that these are going to have what? That if you look, this is going to have your xy, it means orientation is along the your xy in this case. In this case, orientation is along the xz, and in this case it is along the yz. Now in this case is what? The orientation is going to be along the x and y. In all these cases we are having the four lobes, but if we look in the case of the z square, it is having only this lobe number 1, and this is the number 2 lobe. This is the case of the z square. Now another point, in all these cases, like if you look in all these cases in these down figures, that over here we have shown the nodal planes, means that this blue area in all the cases is going to have the very less, or you can say practically zero probability of finding an electron. But when we take an example of the zs square, then in the case of the zs square, in this case over here is what? That a ring, if you look this area, this circle area, this ring have the high electron density in the xy plane. Another thing, the shape of all these four is same, but this shape we say double dumbbell or a soother shape. Soother shape means that pacifier, or in a local language if we say, जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं उनको हम nipples दे देते हैं, चुसनी दे देते हैं honey के, so it is a soother shape only. So this is about your shape of the D axis. Now let's come to the next topic. That is your very important topic, electronic configuration. Now when we need to write the electronic configuration of an atom, electronic configuration of an atom means that we are just distributing the distribution of electrons. It is a simply distribution of electrons in different orbitals, and that particular thing is known as the electronic configuration. Now say suppose we are having the one electron, so we show that one electron like this. If we have the electrons with opposite spins, we know make it like this. It is having the opposite spin. Spin means that plus half and the minus half. Let's look how to write the electronic configuration. Now in this, if you look, this one over here, it symbolizes for the energy level. S means type of orbital, and over here top 1 means number of electron present in the orbital. In this manner we write down the your electronic configuration. Now let's look one more example over here. See, suppose we write 3px1. Okay, so over here is what? 3. Your 3 means third principal shell, which you called as the N, isn't it? The P is called is your P subshell, which is equal to L equal to 1. Then your X means that it is going to be the px orbital, and this 1 means that number of electron, or you can say one electron is present over here. So in this manner we write down the electronic configuration. Now further moving ahead in the case of the electronic configuration, we need to understand the two basic rules more. The basic rules are what? कि पॉली एक्सक्लूजन प्रिंसिपल ने हमें ये कहा that no two electrons can have the same quantum numbers. Now electronic configuration, if the electrons are less, it is easy to write the electronic configuration. But when we are having the more and more atomic number, means your electronic configuration, you need to write more and more, it is increasing. So we need to follow the rules. So the first rule comes your Aufbau principle. Now what is Aufbau principle? Aufbau principle says that in the ground state of atom, the orbitals, or you can, yes, in the ground state of atom, orbitals are filled in the, or in their increasing order of energies. ओके, मीन्स कि जिसकी लोएस्ट एनर्जी होगी वो पहले अवेलेबल होगा और जिसकी हायर एनर्जी होगी वो बाद में अवेलेबल होगा. नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट व्हाट इज द सीक्वेंस? 1s, 2s, 2p, देन 3s, 3p. अब 3d से पहले वी राइट डाउन द 4s एंड देन 3d, 5s, 5p over here, 3d के बाद, सॉरी 3d के बाद we have the 4p, 4p के बाद we have the 5s, then after the 5s we have the 4d, 4d के बाद we have the 5p, then 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s. This is the increasing order of the energies. Now writing like this or learning like this is little bit confusing. So हमें क्या करना है? Easy method, that we are going to write down the 1 to 7 counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now because we have made a first very line, first orbital, so everyone is going to be the S, isn't it? Now what we need to do? For the second line we decrease 1, हम फर्स्ट वाले को छोड़ देंगे. 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, 6p and 7p. Now from the third one हम एक ऊपर से कम करेंगे, एक नीचे से कम करेंगे। 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, and the same pattern we are going to apply over here. Okay, now let's look how the electrons filling takes place. The 1s will fill first, then the 2s will fill first, then 2p will fill, and then 3s will fill first. Okay, then 4p will fill, sorry, 3p will fill, and then 4s. After 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s will fill. Then after 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s. Then after 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s. And then 5f, 6d, 7p. So is it easy method to remember it? ये जो मेथड है कि हम स्ट्रेट लाइन में लिखें, इट इज लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूजिंग. राइटिंग लाइक दिस, आपको फर्स्ट टू सेवन काउंटिंग लिखनी है, उसके बाद आपको फर्स्ट जो है वो डिक्रीज करना है, 2 से स्टार्ट करना है, देन एक ऊपर से कम करना है, एक नीचे से कम करना है, एंड देन यू कैन मेक डाउन अ ऑर्डर ओवर हियर. दिस इज योर ऑफ बाउ प्रिंसिपल. ओके, द नेक्स्ट प्रिंसिपल कम्स योर Hund's rule. ये जो वी आर डूइंग, दिस इज द बेसिक्स ऑफ योर केमिस्ट्री. ओके, Hund's रूल क्या कहता है कि इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयरिंग नहीं होगी until and unless each orbit is going to fill first. Means it says electron pairing will not take place in orbitals of same energy. सेम एनर्जी का मतलब क्या हो गया? सेम शेल. जैसे आपका डी के हो गए, 3D एक्स वाई हमने किया, 3D वाई जेड किया, 3D एक्स जेड किया, तो दे आर गोइंग टू बी ऑफ द सेम एनर्जी, क्योंकि सब हैं तो डी के ही पार्ट. सिमिलरली इन द केस ऑफ द पी ऑल्सो, until each orbital is singly filled. Okay, now let's look the few electronic configurations. I start with the hydrogen. Hydrogen का atomic number कितना है? 1. So its electronic configuration will be 1s1. If I want to show it, I will show it like this. Okay, helium 2. S orbital में 2 electrons can be, so 1s2, this opposite spins. Then after helium we have the lithium 3. तो 1s2, अब 2 fulfill हो गए. After the 2 it will come to the 2s orbital, so it is going to have the 2s1. So what we are going to do, this is the 1s and then this is the 2s. Let's look for the boron. Atomic number is 5, so it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Up when the p orbital comes, so at first comes your which one? X. So you can write down 2p x1. So now 1s2, 2s2, and in the case of the p orbital we are having the 3, that is your px, py and pz. अब यहाँ पे किसके पास है? px के पास, so we are going to write over here. Got it? Let's look the few more examples, then we will just wind off with this. Now next one comes your nitrogen. 7 एटॉमिक नंबर, 1s2 2s2, 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हो गए. ओके, एंड देन इट इज गोइंग टू हैव द 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बचे, 2p3. अब ये 2p3 वाला फंडा जो है जब थोड़ा हम एक्सपर्ट हो जाएंगे तब हम यूज करेंगे. मीन टाइम व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज फॉर हियर, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. Let's show them, 1s, 2s, and in the case of the px, py and pz. Now here comes your Aufbau principle, sorry, Hund's rule. हंट्स रूल ने क्या कहा कि अब P के पास 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे. वी कैन नॉट मेक लाइक दिस कि यहाँ पे हम कंप्लीट लिख देते, पेयरिंग शो कर देते इलेक्ट्रॉन की और फिर बचा हुआ एक हम यहाँ कर देते. दिस वुड बी रॉन्ग. हंट्स रूल सेज दैट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आर गोइंग टू फिल. इन्हें फिल होने के बाद अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन बचता है देन इट्स पेयरिंग इज गोइंग टू टेक्स प्लेस. Let's look few example for that. Let's take the example of the your chlorine, Cl. Chlorine is 17. So electronic configuration 1s2 2s2, 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हो गए, 2px2, 6, 2py2, 8, 2p, oh sorry, chlorine I am saying ना, क्लोरीन के पास 17 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. इट मीन्स हियर विल बी द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ योर, क्लोरीन का एग्जांपल नहीं लेते, नियॉन का लेते हैं हम. नियॉन का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. योर नियॉन एटॉमिक नंबर इज गोइंग टू बी द 10. सो दैट इज योर 1s2 2s2 एंड 4 एंड 2p6. 2p6 को अभी हम बिगनर्स हैं तो वी आर, आई एम गोइंग टू राइट 2px स्क्वायर, 2py स्क्वायर, 2pz स्क्वायर. ओके, इफ वी विल शो दैट, मैं अब सिर्फ p ऑर्बिटल शो कर रही हूँ, 1 2 3 4 5 6 लाइक दिस. नाउ आई वॉज डिस्कसिंग फॉर द क्लोरीन, 17 है. अगर आपको ऐसे कंफ्यूजन होता है तो यू कैन राइट डाउन द सिंपल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन फर्स्ट, 2 8 10 एंड 7. ओके, अब ये 2 के लिए तो फर्स्ट हो गया. अब ये 8 जो है ये किस में डिवाइड है, 2 एंड 6 में. सो 2s2 एंड 2p6, इजंट इट. अब ये जो 7 है ये किस में डिवाइड है, 3s, 3 वाले थर्ड वाले में. सो 3s2. अब 7 में से 2 चले गए तो 5 बचे. सो दैट 5 विल बी वॉट योर, इन द केस ऑफ दिस दैट विल बी योर 2p5. अब अगेन आई एम सेइंग वी आर बिगनर्स, सो हम यहाँ पे क्या यूज़ कर रही हूँ मैं, 2px2 2py2 एंड 2pz2. और इन द केस ऑफ दिस आई एम यूजिंग द 3px2 3py2 एंड 3pz1. अब ज़रा इसकी फिलिंग देख लेते हैं हम लोग. 1s 2s, p के केस में 1 2 3 4 5 6, px py pz 3s and then 1 2 3 4 5. okay, in this manner we do it. now जब हम ये सारी फिलिंग्स करते हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन लिखते हैं, वी हैव द फ्यू एक्सेप्शंस ऑल्सो. फॉर द क्लास 11 आप लोगों को जो एक्सेप्शन याद रखना है, अप टू 20 वी आर नॉट हैविंग एनी प्रॉब्लम. 20 तक हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इवन 23 तक हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. जो आपको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन याद रखनी है वो है क्रोमियम की और कॉपर की. क्रोमियम का एटॉमिक नंबर इज 24, कॉपर का 29. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट आई एम डूइंग कि अभी तक जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन वी रोट ओवर हियर सबकी क्या थी, छोटी छोटी थी. नाउ व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड, आप नियॉन तक आपने कर ली 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. नाउ योर नियॉन इज गोइंग टू बी द फर्स्ट, हीलियम के बाद भी से इट इज गोइंग बी टू बी योर फर्स्ट इनर्ट गैस. अब से सपोज बिफोर डूइंग दिस आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू, सोडियम के केस में वी हैव द 11 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. तो आप इसकी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, नियॉन, लेकिन आपको नियॉन की याद होनी चाहिए. अब नियॉन जो है आपका फिनिश होता है 2p z², 2p z2 पे. अब एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन बचा, तो दैट इज योर 3s1. गॉट इट. अब कैल्शियम तक जो है इट विल बी योर नियॉन ओनली, सॉरी नॉट कैल्शियम, दैट योर क्लोरीन. क्लोरीन तक इट विल बी योर नियॉन. 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन हो गए, बचे आपके 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, दैट इज योर 3s2 एंड 3p5. अब क्लोरीन के बाद कम्स द आर्गन, दैट इज योर 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ओके, तो 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के लिए अगेन व्हाट वी डू, वी राइट डाउन द फर्स्ट नियॉन एंड देन 3s2 3p6. अब यहाँ पे जो है ऑक्टेट पूरा हो रहा है, तो आर्गन के बाद जो इलेक्ट्रॉन आएंगे दैट इज योर पोटेशियम ऑनवर्ड 19. आप क्या लिखोगे, आर्गन over here and then 4s1. गॉट इट. हमें आर्गन तक की जो है एकदम परफेक्ट तरीके से आनी चाहिए. कैल्शियम इज ऑल्सो नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. नाउ कमिंग टू क्रोमियम, मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, आर्गन लिख रही हूँ. आर्गन का मतलब क्या हो गया, 24 माइनस 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कर लो आप ओवर हियर. कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बचे आपके पास, 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. नाउ इन दिस केस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या होनी चाहिए थी, 3d6, isn't it, जो हम पढ़ते आए हैं. बट एक्सेप्शनल इज व्हाट, वी राइट डाउन द 3d5 एंड 4s1. रीजन बीइंग कि जो d है आपका उसके पास 5 ऑर्बिटल्स हैं, तो v से 5 इसके पास और ये 4s के पास, ये हो गया इसका स्ट्रक्चर डायग्रामेटिकली. वी से दैट everyone is half filled over here, so half filled are the stable ones. that's why इसकी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एक्सेप्शनल्स में आती है. हम 3d6 नहीं लिखते, 3d6 लिखते तो ऐसे हो जाता, जिसकी वजह से ये अनस्टेबल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन हो जाती. वी राइट डाउन द 3d1 and 3d5 and 4s1. in the case of the copper आर्गन 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कवर हो गए आपके, एंड देन 3d10 4s1. नाउ अगेन ये फुल्ली फिल्ड हो गया, isn't it, ये फुल्ली फिल्ड हो गया, ये हाफ फिल्ड हो गया. सो अगेन इट इज गोइंग टू बी द स्टेबल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. नाउ what is your work, just watch the video again, maintain the notes. In case of doubt, do ask me on my WhatsApp number. And the very first thing you people need to do is what, writing the electronic configuration. आप अपनी कॉपी बंद कर लेना, फर्स्ट हाइड्रोजन से लेके जिंक तक, फर्स्ट से लेके 30 तक एटॉमिक नंबर, दैट इज योर हाइड्रोजन टू जिंक. कॉपी बंद करके इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन लिखने की डू द प्रैक्टिस. मीन टाइम आई विल upload the few videos of your questions related to this. Good day all of you.